There we are.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning, Zoe. I'm well. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good.
So, yeah, bit okay, so no one's actually watching yet.
That's
Okay, that's
okay.
okay.
No worries.
Okay, so today, guys, I'm chatting to Michael about whether or not getting up before the sun rises is really the breakfast of champions. Um, so welcome to the live stream today,
Thank you.
Michael.
Thanks.
So we're going live on YouTube, we're going live on Facebook. I hate seeing that zero there, but that's
You hate seeing the what? Sorry.
that's zero. Can you see it where it says no one's watching?
Oh, no, I can't see that. I've got like this the StreamYard thing sort of full screen, full effect, so I can't see any numbers. Like you said, it's anyway. We can let's jump into it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, so well, we decided to do this because you posted on your stories that you were reading The Miracle Morning, which is one
Yeah.
of two books that I'm reading at the moment, The Miracle Morning and The 5 a.m. Club. I kind
Oh,
of dip in and out of both of them.
oh, you can
Um,
do that, can you? You can do the. That's a skill. That's a skill in itself.
yeah. Well, see, what I do is part of my morning routine is that I read 10 pages a day
Yeah.
of a personal development book. And it's, for me, that's a great start to the day. It just kind of really gets my mind working. And that also stimulates my brain to
Mm,
write more as well, because I like
mhm.
writing as well.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, generally just 10 pages. Sometimes that goes on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So the question is getting up before daybreak, do you think it's really the breakfast of champions?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like you said, you've got the Robin Sharma, the 5 a.m. What's the name of that book again? 5 a.m. Club.
5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma.
Robin Sharma. Yeah. Because I've finished the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and I'm just on to the Monk who sold his Ferrari by Robin Sharma. So,
Ah, okay.
but it's interesting. The 5 a.m. Club. Like my brother, an early riser. He likes whilst almost sometimes whilst it's still dark, because he feels like he can just it's so productive for him. And I think the question is, what works best for you. Everyone's kind of individual. Everyone will adapt the things to suit their sort of lifestyle and whatever suits them best. But the question, is getting up early the breakfast of champions? Yeah, I think it is 100%, because you know putting aside what time you get up, whether you're in the 5 a.m. club, 6 a.m. club, 7 a.m. club, I think if you just get up earlier, one, you can get so much more stuff done first thing, but for yourself, which sort of sets you up for the day. But two, it just makes you, like you said, it stimulates your mind, it wakes you up. It gets the sort of the mental juices flowing, if you like, and it just sets you up for the day. And for me, anyway, and you can sort of let me know what you think. It just makes me so much more productive for the rest of the day. I'm in the mood, I'm in the zone, I have more focus, I want to do more more stuff, and it just allows me to tick those sort of the to-do list off. It just helps me get through it so much quicker.
Yeah,
That's what I find.
definitely. I feel I get so much more done when I've had a very good start to the day.
Mm.
Um, for me, though, this whole 5 a.m. thing I struggle with massively. Um, firstly, I absolutely love my sleep.
Yeah,
And
same.
and a while ago, I stopped uh, breaking my sleep for exercise, and I made that decision. It was my acupuncturist actually. I've not had acupuncture for a while, but I used to have it on a regular basis. And he said to me, "Don't break your sleep for exercise. You know what it's like living in Dubai. It's really hot out here, and if you're going to exercise, especially during the summer, you really need to beat the morning sun."
Yeah.
And from the very first Friday I moved to Dubai, I was running with the Dubai Creek Striders, and I ran with them for many years, and then I got into triathlon. So for me, getting up at 4, 5 a.m., sometimes 3 a.m. was like just like the norm. And I wasn't healthy. I thought I was. I thought I was super healthy. You know, I was running marathons. I could do like 30K trail runs, but, you know, I really wasn't that healthy. And that was really obvious when I had like tests done and things like that. So, like hormone tests. So I decided to, I just decided to, sorry, I've lost my train of thought then. What were we talking about?
This is where the coffee comes in handy, you see, Zoe.
Do you know what? And that's the thing. I always used to envy when I used to train, when we used to go cycling, I used to envy my friends that drank coffee. Yeah. Because it would often take me, even when I was running, I remember like it would often take me about like 40 minutes to get into a run.
Yeah.
You know, to actually wake up. And it was the same like when I was on the bike, quite often I was just like half asleep when I was training.
Yeah. No, I think no, I mean, again, I think it's down to the individual, isn't it? I mean, you know, you can read all the books, and this applies to all the kind of books, you know, self-help, self-development books that you read. At the end of the day, you have to kind of mold it to suit you and your lifestyle. You know, not any one shoe fits all, right? So I think, whilst it's, you know, great to read, and some of these books are amazing, you can pick so much information which is helpful. I think you have to apply it and mold it to suit you, and that goes for everything, doesn't it? But from, you know, the information, the time you get up, the principles that you then apply, and, you know, some of these systems. I mean, as you'll know, the Miracle Morning, he applies the Savers system, right? So silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. I think it's scribing he means by writing. So, you know, it's in that order, because obviously he needs a system to market and promote, right? Savers. I mean, because that's it, it's an actual word. He can market it, he can sell it. It makes sense. But you can change those letters around and change, you know, the order in which you do them, because that's exactly what I do. I don't do it in that order. I do it in my order, which suits me, you know, which works for me, and sort of sets me up. So, yeah, I think that's the main thing to pull from this. I think, one, definitely get up, try, you know, test the times. What I like to say is you are your ultimate marketing campaign, aren't you? So if the marketers out there who understand sort of A/B testing and testing things to see what works, you have to do the same for you as an individual, don't you? Test the time you're going to bed, test the time you're waking up, see what works for you, you know, what makes you feel the best. Like you said, you were committing to something, getting up at this crazy time because you thought it'd be productive for you, but actually it worked against you. So it's testing things.
I have to say though, like, you know, for me, it's, if you're going to get up at 5 a.m., you have to be going to bed at, say, 9, 10 o'clock. So it wasn't just the 5 a.m. thing for me. It was the fact that there were so many other factors in my life that I wasn't doing properly, like my nutrition, going to bed at the right time. So if I was doing all of this, then getting up at 5 a.m., you know, I mean, sometimes it was great. If I did go to bed early, it was great, you know, but for me, I like my sleep. I like 7.5, 8 hours sleep.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important not to break that sleep cycle.
Yeah, sure.
To say that breaking a sleep cycle is quite bad for you, and it can make you feel quite groggy, like during the day. And we have quite a few sleep cycles per night. So, I mean, I have got into a habit of literally just not setting my alarm. And thankfully, I'm in the position to be able to do that because I don't have to go into the office. But yeah, I think if you get everything else right, then getting up at 5 a.m. is great. But if you haven't got all those ingredients in the pot, like you're not going to bed at the right time, then it's going to be a struggle for you because you're going to be breaking that sleep cycle.
Exactly, and then it works against you, doesn't it? You know, you're going to feel groggy, you're going to feel lethargic, and you're not going to be as productive as you should be or could be. So you're bang on. Again, you have to test it, don't you? And yeah, for sure, don't minimize your sleep just to try and achieve this, you know, this kind of crazy early wake up call. Remember, the achievement isn't in the time you're getting up, is it? The achievement is what you then go ahead and achieve throughout the day.
What you do. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's how productive it makes you. So if it's counterproductive, it doesn't make any sense, right? So again, make sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you're waking up with energy, that you're then able to go and tick off the things that you need to do to be productive through the day. That is the goal with this, isn't it? That's the goal with getting up early. Or
the guy that wrote The Miracle Morning, he said that even if you work, because there's so many different people that have different routines, and even if you work a night shift, you can still do The Miracle Morning. For me, during lockdown, my routine has literally just gone all over the place. I've got quite a challenging thing going on in the UK at the moment that's affecting my sleep, and I think when we've got challenges in our life, it's even more important for us to establish a routine. But I've literally, some days, nights, I haven't been able to get to sleep till 3 o'clock, and then I've been working on my website. I've actually done all-nighters as well, working. But the one thing that I do is, this is unusual for me because I've normally got more of a routine, but one thing that I do is, even if I've done an all-nighter, like working, I've done a couple of them recently, I still, when I wake up, I still have my routine.
Yeah.
So I still kind of like have a cold shower. Have you tried the cold shower thing?
It was only after, I mean, I've seen things about it and I read about it, but it was only after having our conversation a week or so ago, asking you about it and getting your sort of input. Did I actually physically turn the shower from hot to cold? And I've got into a habit of doing it. And I mean, you're more an expert on the cold shower than I am, but it's like you have to build up, don't you? And it gets a little bit colder, a little bit colder.
Yeah.
So I'm working with it. I'm trying it, and I actually quite like it. Yeah, I'm trying it out. I'm new to it though.
It invigorates you so much. It's amazing. But of course, in the UK, you can have a cold shower. In Dubai, cold showers aren't really cold showers.
Or lukewarm.
So, yeah, but even so, I normally start with my feet, and then I just kind of, with the shower head, and then I wake my way up.
Okay.
And it just really, really wakes me up in the morning. Then after the cold shower, I also have ice cubes, and I put ice cubes on my face. And maybe because I don't drink coffee, for me, this is a really good way to kind of wake me up. And I find after the cold shower and the ice cubes, I almost feel like I've invigorated, almost like I've already done like a bit of exercise. Let me share my screen with you, actually. I'm going to show you can you see my screen? Let me share it. I'm going to show you what I'm actually doing at the moment. I've only just started this. I think it's really important that let me see. I think it's really important when we've got challenges and can you see that?
I can, yes.
So when we've got challenges and we've got things going on in our lives, I think it's really important that we set ourselves goals. Now, I came across this yesterday. I'm only on day 1, by the way. So I'm not going to start shouting about it, until I've, really done about 30 days. But this is it. So this is a guy called Andy Frisella.
Okay.
I don't know too much about this guy, I'll be totally honest, but he's kind of got quite a following on the internet. And he devised this 75 days straight. So basically, you follow a diet, 0 cheat meals for the entire 75 days, work out twice a day for at least 45 minutes. 1 has to be outside. Drink a gallon of water, read 10 pages of a non-fiction entrepreneur book, take a progress pic every single day.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, I like it. I think there's a couple of things missing off there, and that's the silence and the meditation. I think that is really, really important. but yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So maybe you should do this.
So what is the title of that again? Sorry, Zoe. Could you just scroll up a little bit? It's called the.
It's the 100 something mental toughness challenge,
Mental Toughness
75 days
Challenge.
straight.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean,
So yeah,
talk about creating positive habits. I mean, that 75 days. That's a good chunk, right? Roughly 3 months, roughly.
is that
2.5.
3 months?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, 2.5 months. Sorry, roughly.
Okay.
Anyway, so I mean, I think it would be safe to say after 75 days that you would have nailed a lot of good positive habits, right? Which would become habitual, which would just become almost second nature. So, for example, it's interesting actually to around 2.5 months, because at the beginning of the year, I said to myself I was going to be completely sober, and I said to myself I was going to do it for a year. Now, hold on. I didn't do the year, but I did 2.5 months completely. I didn't touch a sip of alcohol. I was training every day, every single day. I was in a good routine, a good habit, and I reached about a 2.5 month point, and it was when I came back to the UK, actually just before Ramadan, where I came back and ended up having a couple of drinks with friends and family. But without a doubt, doing that for 2.5 months changed my whole mindset. And it was like I changed this habit of just kind of getting to the weekend and thinking that, oh, should I go for a drink, just because it was habitual to do that in the past. I really broke out of it. So now it's just like, I don't really, I don't fancy a drink most of the time, but if I'm with friends or family and it's a social environment, I might have one. Do you know what I mean? So, but it took me 2.5 months of complete, nothingness, not having a drink, saying no to friends. That's a skill in itself, right? Being able to just say no and not having to explain
well
why
done. That's
you're doing
amazing. That's fantastic what you did.
So I think it's 2.5 months is a good. I think anyway. I mean, from my experience, that's a good good
I
sort of
think
time frame.
for a guy who kind of especially kind of with your job as well, because you work as a promoter and a DJ, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm in entertainment and things, entertainment, hospitality, but I do DJ. I've been DJing for 18 years approximately, and yeah, I mean, for those 2.5 months, I was consistently DJing, so 3 times a week at a beach club environment where people are, the sangrias, mojitos, and all sorts going past you.
You probably get free drinks, yeah, maybe as part of
free drinks, sort of served to the DJ booth. I mean, it's not a bragging competition, but it's a nice job. It's a nice job. And yeah, so it was, actually, Zoe, during them 2.5 months, I was having protein shakes whilst I was DJing, and some of the guys were like, "Is this a real DJ?" Like, because there's this sort of stigma that DJs just as crazy party animals. Maybe back in the day when I was 20 something, but now it's like but it was great, and it's actually empowering and really liberating to be able to be in control. Be in control of your decision making, because it had such an effect on me, financially, physically, mentally, spirit, all of those things that had a great, massive positive impact. So yeah, that program looks great, and good luck to you. And I think the key with anything like this, isn't it? Same with diet. If you can incorporate these habits, and tick them off day by day, so it almost doesn't become a 10-day challenge or a 20-day challenge or an 80-day challenge. It just becomes it's just you. Eventually it becomes you, doesn't it? So before you know it, you're doing it 365 days a year, because it's habitual and you've incorporated it, and it's second nature. I think then you're into the real sort of, the real zones of achievement.
I think it's good to follow a challenge. I know for me, I do have a good morning routine, but I can get quite lazy with my routine. Like, for instance, I'll do, say, 10 minutes of kind of breathing and a little bit of exercise. And that's really not enough.
But it's something though, right? It's something.
It's something, and it's better than nothing, yeah. But I guess it's just, for me, it's not enough, and it's just kind of me being lazy with my routine. Sometimes, like, I forget to do my reading, like, most mornings most mornings I do, but sometimes I don't. And I think when we're following a program, you just tend to commit to it a lot more. We'll
Yeah,
see how I get on, because the 2 exercises, like I've already done my 45 minutes this morning, and I've got to say, I feel amazing.
good.
I feel absolutely amazing. I just did it in the house, and then tonight I'm probably going to do my outside one. I'm going to save that for a run. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But I know that this is going to be quite challenging. But I think I think the run's probably going to be a walk, because there's not even like a recovery day, is there? It's
That's
like
every
75 days straight.
that's every day. That I did look at that exercise bit and think, I mean, that in itself, right? Even to exercise twice a day for 45 minutes is tough, right? I mean, I enjoy my exercise, and I've been getting out pretty much 5 or 6 days a week to do a run and some functional stuff. But yeah, I mean, two times a day is good going, very good going. I mean, yeah, I mean, good luck to you on that. I think it would be. I think if you can do that, wow, that is an achievement. But
I'll let you know how I get
you know
on.
what?
So I've actually announced it now. So
Day one, only 74 more days to go. Let's get a calendar and tick them off. You'll soon do it. Do you know what though, Zoe? It's interesting that you mentioned, you said, for me, you feel like you're not doing as much as you could be doing. That's interesting though, because it's easy to see what you're not doing, but you also have to remember, the things that you are doing, right? There's so many people that aren't doing anything, full stop, and there are people who, definitely need that help and a bit of inspiration and motivation to, do these things. But there's so many people who do zero. So I think, focus on what you are achieving, and then as long as you're aware that you can do more, I think it's still a good place to be, isn't it? That you can do more, you will do more. It's a positive place to be because you're doing something. I'm with you. Like during lockdown, it's been tough. My calendar's been all over the place. Things haven't been as routinely as they could be, but I'm still deciding to see the positives about it. I'm still exercising 5 or 6 times a week. A week. I'm getting stuff done. I'm working on my website. I'm ticking the boxes off. So, give yourself a pat on the back. That's what I'm saying. Give credit where credit is due. I know that you're a consistent person like myself. So yeah, we can always do more, but it's important to remember how far that we have come and how far and what you are doing and achieving. So look on the bright side and keep positive. That's what I always try and say.
If there's anyone listening to this live stream who hasn't got a positive routine, then just start small. Just start with the little things, like maybe doing half an hour exercise every day, possibly having that cold shower. I would definitely urge you to try the cold showers. Get a hold of this book. What I like about this is that you've got it. Yours look, my books always look battered.
Yeah, I have been highlighting stuff. I mean, I have been, because I actually enjoyed that about this book where you said, look, highlight stuff, scribble bits in or whatever and make notes. And I like that because that also, sort of click something in my head. And it was like, yeah, it's right, actually. I prefer to read a physical book rather than a Kindle. But sometimes it's like, okay, keep it nice and but no, it's supposed to look worn and used. You're supposed to make notes. I mean, because it's your book, right? Certain things will resonate with me.
I love that. Some people are so protective about the books and they won't turn the pages.
No,
and they won't write in them. And they want it to look like all pristine. Like my books look quite messy really, and I like making notes and scribbling on them and stuff like that. Because you can go back to it then.
For sure, and that's what it's about, right? Because I mean, for me anyway, personally speaking, I'm not going to retain every word. It's just not possible. My memory just isn't. I haven't got that capacity. So, like you said, it's easy just to go back and see the highlighted bit that is particularly resonated and just read over it again. And that's a habit that I've got into again going forward. Doing the same with the monk who sold his Ferrari, just highlighting stuff. A good habit, right? It's all about creating good positive habits, and the more you do it, the more it just becomes second nature, doesn't it?
Definitely. So what is the what is the conclusion here? Is getting up before daybreak really the breakfast of champions?
Yes, it is the full English breakfast of the champ.
Full
100%.
English, I like that.
Yeah, for me, to summarize and conclude, 100%. Just test it. Test what works for you. If it means you're getting, going to bed at 10 p.m. or 10:30, literally test with increments of 30 minutes. Get to bed, get those 7 to 8 hours sleep or whatever makes you, helps you get up with a, spring in your step and get into a positive routine. Get some exercise, some meditation, some breathing. Get some of these things, into your sort of morning routine before you do anything, and then go about your day, because I think that is undoubtedly, backed by not only so many thousands of people, entrepreneur and business people around the world, but backed by science as well. So try it out, test it out, do some exercise, do some reading, and then go and complete your tasks. I think people will find a massive change.
If you want to go hard, guys, join me in this 75 days straight. I'm actually going to pin this to the comments section.
Cool.
And if any of you want to join, excuse me, if any of you would like to join me on this, then do so. That would be absolutely amazing. It's always good to have an accountability buddy. For
sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, if you need anybody, Zoe, I'm here. I think I'm going to skip the 75-day challenge. Just being completely honest and transparent, open disclosure from my end. But if you need someone to shout at you, just give me a call, and I'm happy to shout at you.
Okay. All right, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us on the live stream.
Thanks,
It's
Zoe.
been really nice talking to you. I'm going to end the broadcast now.
Cool.
So, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you've had any value out of this, please like and share it with your network. Have an amazing, productive day wherever you are in the world.
Yes. Thank you. See you.